Hello and welcome to Sensable Singing. Here is a vocal exercise for flexibility and smooth transitions through your voice as you're gliding from a low note to a high note and back down. This is a simple exercise for flexibility. There are more complex exercises we can get into, but this one is one that you can use even if you don't have time to work on a song or do a lengthy practice session. So you're going to choose a pitch from like lowest possible note that's still comfortable, where you can still comfortably make sound, and glide through to the highest possible, but still comfortable, where you can make sound. You're going to use a very, very small O shape with your lips. It's almost like the opening at the end of a straw, as though you're singing through a straw, making your lips almost that small. And the object is to maintain that ooh all the way through, and not to, if it gets to a point where you feel like you have to make your lips go lateral or side to side ooh, in order to continue making sound, then that's your turnaround point to come back down. Eventually you're going to aim to maintain that tiny O shape throughout, kind of expanding further and further, expanding your range further and further. If there's a transition or kind of a sticky point in your voice as you're doing this, just continue gliding without stopping. One of the points of this exercise is to help smooth out those transitions. So you're encouraging a slow and systematic coordination of the musculature that's involved in assisting these vocal transitions through your vocal range. As I always say, you don't have to know any of that. You can just do it. But if knowing the why underneath supports you, then that's part of the why. So let's try this together. So I'm going to pick a comfy low note and comfy high note, and yours might be different, but I'm just going to demonstrate to give you an idea of how it works. And I'll do it a few times, and you can do it along with me and pause the video. So you may have even heard in my voice there are some transition points or sticky points. And this will change day to day, right? If you haven't sung much or use your voice on one day, you may have some stickiness or interruptions in the phonation in the sound. And other days it may be smoother. You may have a different kind of ease. So I'd encourage you to do this each day for maybe 5 days, maybe a couple weeks, and see what you notice. We'll do it again together, and this time I'm going to come up and then come back down. Eventually you're going to build the capacity in your breathing to be able to go up and down, and if in the beginning it's enough just to go up, that's okay. But eventually you'll be able to breathe through that whole phrase. So this time I'm going to go up and down. And lastly, you can do this same exercise 3 different ways. So the first way is only ascending. The second way is ascending and descending. And the third way, you do these in any order, is descending. So from a comfy high pitch all the way down. This slow, coordinated downward movement is helping to encourage the use of different musculature in your vocal mechanism in the descent. So there's muscles that have different jobs as your cartilage tilts forward as the pitch ascends, goes up, your vocal folds get stretched and elongate, and there are different muscles in this whole system that are responsible for lengthening, and then there's like a handoff that are in charge of shortening those vocal folds and allowing the cartilage to come back. So there's a rocking motion that happens. Ooh. As you're singing and changing pitch. So the descent, slow descent, is encouraging the coordination of a different set of muscles. So let's try a few of those together. Again, your starting pitch might be a little bit different than mine, starting and ending, and that's okay. Same tiny O shape with your lips. So you may notice different points of stickiness or transition in your voice. I always do this like a gear change in a manual transmission car. I can't drive manual, but I'm imagining that's what it's like. And those registration changes will change for you, your experience of those changes, as you do exercises like this that are slow and conscious. So let me know, as always, in the comments how this is going for you. It can be something that you incorporate into the beginning of a warm-up, or just on a day where you don't have a lot of time to vocalize and you want to do some vocalizing to start to stretch your range. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.